Hello, everyone. I am live. Welcome back to the Filmmaker Talks, live on YouTube. Welcome. Now, today I'm going to be having a very special guest joining me, and that is you. Well, let me explain, because today, I'm sure you all know this by now if you've looked at my social media accounts and all that. And by the way, I will acknowledge, yes, I'm 20 minutes early. So hello, everyone. I am actually 20 minutes early today, just because I'm ready now. Why would I wait 20 minutes when we could get the ball rolling right away and get this show on the road? So yeah. And so I'll explain this if anyone doesn't know what's going on. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you don't follow me on Twitter. But today I'm going to be having basically anyone can be a guest on here. The thing that's going on here is I'm going to ask, not now, but soon, I'm going to ask people if they've got Skype to put their Skype usernames in the chat, and I'll pick one and I will have you on my phone here. I'll put the phone up to the screen and you'll be here talking with us for about 10 minutes or so, because I've been wanting to do this for a very long time now, to have viewers call in and get to meet my audience. Now, Instagram live streams do that really well. Hello, everyone. I can see you all. Hello, Alex. Hello, Blueview as well. Hello. How are you, my friend? Bridge Cook, Film Geek 13, Winslow, Film Flick, Jake. Thank you, everyone. I'll just finish my intro as well. And Zachary and Steve. So, yeah, I'll have you up here. I'll ask you the same questions. And I probably should have written these questions down because I forgot what they were. They're in my head, but I'm just going to write them down quickly. I'm going to ask you your favorite film, and I'm going to ask you your most prized possession in your collection. That might be the most expensive Blu-ray you own, or something that's very sentimental to you, or the coolest Blu-ray you own. So your most prized possession. And then, do you own a Criterion Blu-ray? Because that is kind of my thing at the moment. I'm doing the Criterion Corner, so I want to know, do you own a Criterion Blu-ray? And if not, do you plan on picking up a Criterion Blu-ray? And if so, what is that Blu-ray? And that's pretty much it. 3 questions. We could have a mini discussion. It'll last about 10 minutes, and then we'll say goodbye, and then I'll answer some of your questions for a little bit, and then we'll do another person calling in, basically. So I'm going to kick this off by actually having Film Geek 13. Me and Film Geek 13 organized this. I think you can see as a moderator now. So, because I haven't done this before, never done this, so anything can go wrong. So I'm going to do a practice round, practice kind of thing with Film Geek 13. And then we're going to, after that, I'm not going to have kind of an interval. We're just going to go back into it. So I'm just going to post, show everyone's comments here, because I really appreciate everybody watching today. So it's Jake, Film Flick, Film Geek 13, Winslow, Bridge, Alex Truman, Film Flick again, Blueview, Zachary, Steve. Oh, Jake doesn't have Skype. Well, if you can get Skype while I'm live, Jake, I will more than happily have you on the stream. So if you can do that, that'd be great. Fistful Reviews, sorry. Neo, I am well, thank you, Blueview. I hope you are as well. What app would we be talking? Oh, yes, Skype. Sorry, Zachary, but like I told to Jake, if you don't have it and you've got time, get it. And the reason why I'm asking for Skype is just because I've got a little more control here. Because I was going to say, listen, people, just call me on Instagram or Twitter, but then I thought, wait, everyone's going to be calling me, so it could be quite interrupted. This system works better because I've got more control. I can choose who comes on and stuff like that. Hector is here as well. Hello, Hector. Hello, Harry Brown. Hello, Alex. I've been looking forward to the stream. Thank you, Alex. I'm very much looking forward to the stream that I will be on tomorrow, because that's right, people. If you don't already know about this, I'm going to be going live again tomorrow, but not on this channel. It's going to be on Alex's channel. So Alex was obviously a guest last week. So if you go and find that live stream, of course, I save all the live streams on my channel. Go on that live stream. If you haven't already subscribed to him, go ahead. The link to his channel is in the description of that video, because I will be live on that channel tomorrow at 7:30. along with Moviebug and Movieworm, doing a very exciting, very awesome movie quiz. So it's going to be very exciting for that. Rehan is here. Hello, Rehan. How are you? Hector says, I went to the flea market this past weekend and got DVDs for both Identity and Red Eye. Well, hopefully you enjoy those films, Hector. Thistle Review says, I used to use Skype all the time, but unfortunately I don't remember any login details. Yeah, I can see that this Skype thing might be a little limiting for a few people, but like I said, if you can get it during the stream, if you leave the stream, get the app, come back and say, listen, here's my username, I will probably bring you on the stream just because you've gone to that trouble of getting the app. And Zachary Antel, do you call people on Twitter? You can call people on. I do believe you can. If I go on to a message, I'm sure you can call people. Maybe I'm wrong, actually. I just assumed you could. Maybe you can you? No, you can't. You can't. Oh, well, I actually thought you could. Anyway, and we've got Zachary saying, do you use Discord? I don't. I've just got Skype. That's great. I'll just get through a few of these mini questions and then I will call you Film Geek 13. Oh, Archie. I should probably call you Archie because that is your name, but I just see your username up here and say it. Thistle Review says, I'm still for sure looking forward to seeing this, though. That's great, Thistle Reviews. Rehan, we know you love your WWE DVDs, so good for you if you got some new ones. Steve Max says, please got 4 new subs to my channel after posting Let's Talk Criterion. Well, yeah, Criterion is a very popular topic. You know I love it. And Steve, are you the person who put it on the Moviebug Facebook group? And I commented on it. I'm Lucas Hine, by the way, if you didn't know my Facebook username. I still have to watch your video, if you are the person I think you are. Hector says, I watched The Martian recently and it's pretty good as well. It is pretty good. Jake, so it seems that Jake has got Skype now. That's great. Lachlan Ashton, hello. We've got Hector. How's life treating you? Life is treating me quite well at the moment, Hector, thankfully. But we'll see how it goes because it can go up and down very fast. Hopefully it's treating you good as well, Hector. Walter Robinson puts in his Skype username. I don't know if you were here at the beginning, Walter, but I'm just going to do a quick test run with Film Week 13 to see how things go. And then I'll start calling people more. And this is, great, Steve. I will definitely watch your video. And Zachary just say, I can't wait to watch your short film. By the way, thank you, Zachary. I'm glad people are. I just thought I'd put it out there for people to kind of know about. And by the way, it is 2 short films I'm putting out because I had the idea for both of these short films pretty much around the same time, and I can make them during lockdown. So I thought, if I'm going to make both of these 2 short films, what's the point in prioritizing one, putting that out there, and then waiting a few months and posting that one? I might as well post them around the same time. So I thought I'd link them both in together by when the trailer comes out. The trailer will include footage from this short film, Pultritudinous, that's how you pronounce that one, and this other short film, which I'm yet to shoot, writing the script currently. And link them together in the trailer, and then I'll release one short film 1 week, and then the next short film another week, the following week. I thought I was going to say something else then. Something about a short film. Anyway, I might think of it. Oliver is here as well, and Tom Grove. Hello, Tom. How are you? Alex Pitt says, it seems that people are picking you as their favourite to win tomorrow. I saw that, Alex. Yeah, kind of got me a little nervous. I was like, oh, God, people think I'm going to win. I don't know if I should live up to this expectation. Where people have got this expectation for me to win, I don't know where they've got it from. But, yeah, we'll see. We will see, Alex. And Jake says, I'm 1 sub off 50, went to sleep last night with 36 subs and woke up with 49. That's interesting, Jake. I don't know what's going on there. Sometimes YouTube can be weird. I'm just going to call you now Film Geek 13 and I'll catch up with the comments. Otherwise, we'll never get you on. So Skype, here it is. So it's Film Geek 2013. And I'm just assuming that your profile picture is of Train Spotting, Film Geek 13. So I'm going to say hi. I'm going to call you. Calling you now. So as you can see, and as you can see, this is my desk actually. Oh, hello Archie, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. I'm just going to put you. You are now going to be looking at my this here, so you can so people can see you basically.
Okay.
So how's it going? Everything okay?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm glad you have agreed to kind of be the test run for today.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm free, so it's good.
So the first question I've got for you is, what is your favorite film or favorite films? Because I know it's very hard to pick just one.
I have kind of 5 that are my go-to. I'd say.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to turn the volume up.
The Social Network, Clockwork Orange.
They're all fantastic. I love all.
Spotting and then Fight Club. I think.
Yes, I mean the first two. You've got Social Network, Clockwork Orange. Both of them, I would give a 5 out of 5 to. Then the other one, Train Spotting, which I recently just watched, which is really great. I'm going to rewatch that one. Got that on Blu-ray. As soon as I watched it, I picked up the Blu-ray, and then Fight Club. Yeah, I've seen that one, but I didn't really get why. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great, but I didn't think it was fantastic, brilliant, outstanding. And
yeah, I see why you think that, but
yeah.
I've seen it twice now, and it got a lot better on my second view.
Yeah,
I noticed all the little things that he planted, and it made it a lot better for me on the rewatch.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely be rewatching it soon, just because, well, everyone seems to love this film, and I'm kind of like thinking it's great, but we'll see what I think when I rewatch the film.
Yeah.
And so my next question is, what is your most prized possession in your Blu-ray collection?
I'd probably say, in terms of, I'm not really sure.
What's the thing that, if the house is burning, you go to the collection, you've got to grab one or maybe a few items and run, and everything perishes. What would you take?
Of course, I'd pick those 5 films. I'd grab them, and I'd maybe pick up Schindler's List too.
Yeah.
Just because that's the film that's had the biggest effect on me as a
That's
person.
a good pick. That's a good pick.
And also the slipcover I've got of it is like absolutely stunning, and I completely love that slipcover. So it's probably worth it to take those 6 films.
Did you get Schindler's List on 4K? Did I see?
No, it's just the Blu-ray, because I don't have a 4K player.
No.
I just watch it on my Xbox. But I might get it on 4K in preparation for a 4K player at some point.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I mean, I picked it up on 4K. I got it from Amazon, and I was hoping for a slip, but I didn't get one. I didn't get that. But it looks incredible on 4K. It looks so good on 4K. And do you own, I already know the answer to this question, do you own a Criterion Blu-ray?
Yeah, I only own one. I own a Tootsie. I'm not sure if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
I do plan on getting more, as you saw in the Facebook group earlier. I'm probably going to get Darjeeling Limited and
Darjeeling
Best Hotel.
Good.
And I'm probably just going to try and get all the Wes Anderson ones at some point.
Yes.
Because I've been wanting to get into his filmography a lot more. Because,
definitely.
I've seen Moonrise Kingdom and Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I've seen clips of Grand Budapest Hotel completely out of context.
Yeah.
Like, you think she's dead and you think I killed her, and then he just runs.
Yeah. It's a very funny film. It's very,
Yeah, and I know it's coming to Disney Star later this month, so I'll give
it
a watch if I like it enough.
Well, on the topic of the Grand Budapest Hotel, I will definitely be doing a Criterion Corner video on that film when it hits UK later this month.
Well, I'll give that a watch the moment that comes out then.
Yes.
And I'll make the final decision.
Thank you. Well, we've covered all the questions. It's been great chatting. I know you had the opportunity to be here on the actual stream a few weeks ago, which was a really good fun. And so, yeah, this kind of works, people. This is what it's going to be like. And, yeah, thank you very much, Archie.
That's okay. I'll stay on the stream, but, of course, I won't be here.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Lucas. Bye.
No problem. See you later. Bye. Well, that was our first guest. That was Archie. Thank you very much. And I probably should turn my notifications off because throughout that you could see who was liking my Letterboxd reviews. And I do believe someone subscribed to my channel while I was doing that. So thank you, whoever that was. Let's just see what people are saying, and then I will ask people to give out their Skype username again. So Zachary says, what are you going to win tomorrow? I'm going to be on a quiz with Alex Pitt. Oh, Alex is setting up the quiz, and I'll be with Moviebug and Movie Worm, and we're doing a live quiz on Alex's channel at 7:30 tomorrow. So if you're interested, Zachary, if you're free, I'd recommend going over and watching it and even subscribing to everyone involved. That'd be great. Filmflick says, just watch Nightcrawler for the first time. Did you enjoy it, Filmflick? I really like that film. So, yeah. And FilmGeek13 says, well, actually says, don't forget, Lucas, if you don't win, I will call my buddy Baby Godzilla. The pressure is on. The pressure is on for that quiz. Fist for Review says, isn't that like his biggest fear? He hasn't stepped in like 90 weeks or something. So, oh, I think he means slept. I think that's relating to Baby Godzilla. Fist for Reviews. And then Zachary says, tell Film Geek he has amazing hair. There you go. And then Jake also says Zachary has got sick hair. Everybody complimenting their hair. No problem. Walter Robinson, favorite coming of age film. I'd probably go with Lady Bird. That's the one that I would go with first. Zachary says, I'd say my top 5 movies are Hereditary. Completely agree. That's in one of my favorite films. Cries and Whispers, Casino Royale, Fatal Attraction, and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I love The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. That's brilliant. Haven't seen Fatal Attraction, but do own it on Blu-ray. Really love Casino Royale as well. That's really great. Cries and Whispers, have not seen. Some good choices there, Zachary. And hello, All. He says, good evening. Have you seen St. Maud yet? Watched it last night with very high expectations, but it's still absolute. But it's still absolutely, I think you mean blew me away, maybe? One of the best 2020, a genuinely scary character study. I have not seen St. Maud yet. No, I will probably wait for it to drop on a streaming service because, yeah, it looks good and I will watch it eventually. Grace Hutchings is here. Hello, Grace. How are you? And you say, are you looking forward to Trainspotting 2? I am. When I mentioned, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I did say that as soon as I watched Trainspotting, I immediately bought it on Blu-ray. And with that, I bought the 4K of Trainspotting 2, and that was only like £7 or something in HMV. Amazing price. So I'll be watching that this month, definitely. Very excited to watch it. And Darius is here. Hello, Darius. Steve Max says, I managed to get the US 4K of Midsummer from A24 first time around. It's great. I would love to own that. I only own the normal Blu-ray of Midsummer, but Midsummer is one of my favorite films of all time. I don't know why I didn't jump at the chance when they put it out on 4K in this absolutely beautiful set. I believe Shane Harrison got that as well. So yeah, I'm actually talking quite fast today for some reason. We're getting through the questions quite quickly. So I'll just catch up with these few questions and then I will ask some more people to put in their Skype username, please. Alex says, I did a double bill of Trainspotting and Trainspotting 2 last night. I was up until 3:30. Wow, but it was a good time. Well, that's actually what I'm thinking of doing, Alex. I'm going to rewatch Trainspotting and then go back and watch Trainspotting 2 for the first time. Zachary says, Hereditary made me cry so many times. Wow. I mean, it definitely had me on the edge of my seat. I'll say that. Film Geek 13 says, no, Film Flick says, I'm watching a film called Wendy from Ben Zelitz. Oh, that's interesting, Film Flick. I'm going to look that film up. Haven't actually heard of that one. From Ben Zelitz. That's an interesting one. Wendy. Oh, it's a new film. Ah, that's interesting. And it's some kind of Peter Pan things, because you've got someone playing Peter Pan in it, and yeah, that's interesting. I haven't really heard of that one. Walter Robinson says, what is the DVD you bought to watch recently because it wasn't on Blu-ray / 4K? What was the DVD I bought to watch? I did buy was it 3 early Scorsese films? It was Who's That Knocking at My Door, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and Boxcar Bertha. I bought those 3 films recently on DVD, early Scorsese films. 2 of them actually are BFI releases, so it's nice to get a new BFI release, even if it is a DVD. And Boxcar Bertha was a normal DVD. But yeah, those are the only ones I can think of. Jake says, you inspired me to buy the Godzilla book set today, even though I don't have the space for it. Oh, that's excellent, Jake. Enjoy it. As you can see, it is behind me right there. So that's great. I'm having a really good time getting through those films. Patel says, have you seen any Lars von Trier films? I've seen Dogville, and I enjoyed it. All says, love Trainspotting, but didn't like Trainspotting 2 very much. Thoughts on Danny Boyle in general? My favorite of his is Shallow Grave. I really like Danny Boyle. I think he's a great director. I really loved Trainspotting. I like Shallow Grave a lot. I really love Steve Jobs as well. Slumdog Millionaire is pretty good as well. So yeah, he's a solid director. He's got some great kind of stylistic things when he's in it. Like I love the really kind of almost time-lapse shots we get in Shallow Grave. That's great. He uses music really well in those films. I've seen Yesterday, and a few people actually don't like that film, but when I watched it, I had a good time. And Archie says, I couldn't finish Hereditary, to be honest. I got too scared. It is a very scary film. Alex says, I've only seen Hereditary once, but the car scene has stuck with me. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen it 8, 9 times. That's always one of the best scenes. It's so well shot. Fist Review says Wendy was pretty decent. Yeah, I haven't really heard of that one. Archie says, All Shallow Grave is excellent. Probably my second favorite Danny Boyle film. Yeah, it's good. I like Shallow Grave. Got that one on Blu-ray. Zachary Antel says, do you watch the YouTuber Pony Smasher? He's actually David Sandberg, director of Lights Out. Oh, yes. I think I've subscribed to him, actually. I don't watch him that often, but a few of his videos I've seen. Darius says, since you said you're not becoming much of a fan of the American Westerns, watch The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. This is a great Western starring Jimmy Stewart. That is on my radar, Darius. That's on Now TV. I want to watch that very soon. Wow, the comments are coming in thick and fast here. But like I said, please drop down your Skype username again. I know it's going to be repetitive if I don't pick you the first time, because it's going to be hard for me to scroll all the way back through all the comments. But please feel free to. I think Film Flick and what's his name, Jake, put theirs in as well. Feel free to, guys, because once I see it, I will put it in and call you, and I'll continue with the comments. This review says, I gave Wendy a 3 on Letterboxd, but I bumped it up to a 3.3, but I'm considering returning it to a 3. We'll see, Fistful Reviews. Maybe you'll have to rewatch it. I mean, but even though it's like a 3 out of 5 film, I don't think I'll watch it because, well, a 3 out of 5 film, it doesn't look like it's going to be doing anything that interesting if it's a 3 out of 5. Zachary says, I was kind of disappointed Danny Boyle didn't do No Time to Die. I think Fukunaga was the better choice. I would have liked to see what Boyle did with a Bond film. Really would have liked to see that. Alex Pitt says, I would have been very interested to see what. Yes, yeah, I agree, Alex. It's a shame he didn't direct it. They had creative differences. I think it's a real shame. Patel says, thoughts on Michael Hanke? And you've seen the film called, is that Cashade? One of my favorite films ever. I don't really know who you're talking about there, Patel. Let me search them up on my trusty letterboxd. I'm cheating here, but maybe I've seen them in something, but Michael, are they even in films? Come on. Oh, here we are. Yes, I know who you're on about now. So I just didn't know the name. He did Funny Games and Piano Teacher. Oh yeah, I haven't seen any films. I would love to watch. I really want to get into his filmography, but I haven't seen any. But now I know who you're on about now. Okay, so we've got Film Flick. By the way, I don't generally do this when the first person puts it in, but I just thought I'll do it now because we're not getting that many people. But still, I'll call you up now, Film Flick. So get ready. Film Flick. I see a dog. Yep. I'll say hi. And hopefully this is you. I'm going to call you now, Film Flick.
Yeah, I'll say hi.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Film Flick.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, yes. So welcome. You are now on the stream, and I'll ask you a few questions. So first of all, Film Flick, what is your favorite films of all time?
So probably, I've got a few. In the top 4 is probably Dunkirk.
Good choice.
Marriage Story, definitely.
Yeah, excellent choice.
Waves is probably number 2 by A24. I love that film.
What was it again? Sorry, Film Flick.
Called Waves.
Waves. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's good. Yeah.
And number 1 is probably Whiplash.
Whiplash is incredible. That's a 5 out of 5 for me. Outstanding film.
Yeah, I adore that film.
Yeah.
Other be like Social Network and stuff.
Yeah, Social Network. It's not one of my favorite films of all time, but it's a 5 out of 5 film. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times. It's brilliant. It
really is, and it's just, I don't know if, I'm sure this is the same with you, but it's only 2 hours long, and every time it ends, I'm always looking at my watch thinking, is it really that, is it ending that quickly?
I think it could go on for longer.
Yeah, it's just, the pacing is so good. And so, What is your most prized possession in your collection?
One of them is this Dunkirk steelbook.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, it came in damaged from Zabi, sadly.
It's still nice, and you love the film, so it's nice to have it in a nice steelbook.
Another one would probably be the Marriage Story Criterion.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It does lead me on to my next question. Do you own any Criterions? I've seen your Criterion Collection video, so I know that you do. Here they are.
So Roma.
Roma, that's a good one.
Love Roma. As I said, Marriage Story.
Yep.
Tree of Life is my favourite
one.
Ooh,
I really want to pick that up, but it's having kind of mixed things. A Movie Bug recently watched that film. I wasn't a big fan, but the Criterion edition of it looks lovely. Looks beautiful.
It is beautiful, and it's I bought it for the extended cut really because I had the Blu-ray.
Oh really?
Bought this for the extended.
So do you get the theatrical and the extended cut within the film, within the, kind of the release?
You get like a really nice booklet with it, and then you get the extended, which is 188 minutes.
Wow.
And then the theatrical, which is I think 139 minutes.
Okay. So because I know Terrence Malick is quite an acquired taste. I've seen a few of his films, but I think I've watched The Thin Red Line about halfway through, but I watched it in like terrible circumstances because I was expecting a really action-packed war film, and I was watching it while I was ill in bed, and so it was not the best environment to watch it in, and I shut it off after about halfway through. I just got bored. I was on my phone. So I want to watch that again because I didn't watch it properly. I've seen Days of Heaven, which is really good. So yeah, I want to get more into his films, definitely.
I've only seen Tree of Life by him.
Yeah.
I want to see.
I mean, I own Badlands. I own Badlands on premium Blu-ray.
By him, you know, the one he brought out like last year.
Oh yeah, Was it Hidden Life? It's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch that one as well.
Punch Drunk Love was my first one.
Yeah, I've got that. That's nice.
I love that.
Haven't seen it yet.
Squid and the Whale.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Really liked it. And then my last one is A New World.
The New World. That is another Malick film, another Terrence Malick film.
Yeah.
He's got quite a few in the Criterion Collection. Another Thin Red Line's in the collection. Days of Heaven's in the collection. Badlands is in there as well.
I've got a couple I want to get. I've seen Tootsie. I want to get Godzilla one.
Oh yeah, get that. Get it at a good price. It's quite expensive, but I'd recommend getting it.
Yeah, like I've just spent money on steelbooks. Really,
I'm not a massive steelbook person. I've got a few.
Yeah.
I used to very much prioritize steelbooks when I started collecting, but now I've kind of moved on to other things. But if I see a nice steelbook, I'll probably get it. But not many steelbooks I own in my personal collection.
Yeah, I love steelbooks. I missed out on the Guardians one. I wanted it, but instead,
it's nice to have them all in a row, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
I see people they
up there.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great talking with you. Thank you for watching and putting in your username for us.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
No problem at all. And good luck with the YouTube. Film Flick, he does YouTube people, so check his channel out.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. And great live stream the other day as well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm planning on doing some more soon.
Hopefully, if I'm available, I'll tune into that.
That'd be brilliant.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Take care. Bye. So that was Film Flick. We had a great chat there. Sorry, I can't actually answer questions while I'm talking with people. But yeah, I did see Sam just putting there, The Tree of Life is so good, but requires your absolute concentration. I've just seen that Moviebug has entered the chat. Hello, Moviebug. How are you? And Zachary, someone put, yes, Alex Pitt, I really hope they bring. I think they will bring Defy Bloods to the Criterion Collection, and I think it's going to look fantastic. I can just tell because when they release a Netflix film on Blu-ray in Criterion, they always do it in a digibook packaging. And I just feel like Criterion are going to do such a good job with Defy Bloods. They can do so much because it's a really great film and so much is going on in that. So let's just catch up with the comments. We have Walter putting his username in. Hopefully next time, Walter, you will be joining me here very briefly. Jake says, might be an unpopular opinion, but I'd love to see what Richie would do a 007 movie because Man from U.N.C.L.E. is so good. And I wouldn't call that an unpopular opinion, Jake. I'm leaning towards that opinion. I think Guy Ritchie would do a good job, actually. That's good. Rian says, I got new 3 subs. I think you mean I got 3 new subscribers on my channel and got the complete series of Arrow DVD box set. Well done, Rihan, for getting 3 new subscribers. Steve Mack says, I recommend Nymphomaniac, director's cut by Von Trier. It's 5 hours long. What? I do know that Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and Volume 2 were on Mubi streaming. Unfortunately, they've left now. Otherwise, I'll be watching that. Is it on Criterion, Steve? I would assume that it might be. Maybe not. Hopefully, it's got a nice Blu-ray release, though. Darius says, I realized I no longer have the tapestry about seeing Breaking Bad. Oh, yes. I don't know if you saw Darius, but on Alex's stream the other day, I told him that I watched the first 3 episodes about a week ago. I'm slowly but surely watching them now. I really need to make more time to watch the show. I really liked the first 3 episodes. Like I said in my comment to Alex, so far so good. And he told me about how good it gets. And that got me even more excited to push myself to go and kind of watch a lot more of it. But like I say, I very much prioritize films. Archie says, not going to lie, I don't know Boyle. I didn't know Boyle was going to direct No Time to Die. That just makes me sad that he didn't. He could have made, a great Bond film. Yeah, he was set to direct that, but unfortunately, I think him and Craig differed on some creative decisions. Oliver says, any recommendations for first Criterion? I did make a video on that, and that's called What Makes Criterion Special, where I talk about how to get into the collection. But a quick answer now will probably be go with something you know, something familiar, but I recommend you watch my video on that just so you can have a better idea of it. Filmflick says, Steve Jobs is my favorite Boyle film. Sorry. I do like Steve Jobs. In fact, it used to be one of my favorite films of all time when I was starting out as a film fan. So I'll just take a drink here. But yeah, I really love Steve Jobs. I need to watch it again. I mean, I've seen it so many times, but I haven't seen it that often in recent years. Oh, and Zachary Antel just says he has just amended his top 5 list, replacing Dragon Tattoo with Nocturnal Animals by Tom Ford. I wish I watched Nocturnal Animals when it was on Netflix, but I believe they took it off. And I was too late and too slow for not getting around to it quicker. Goodness me, there's so many questions. Gosh. Where are we? Zachary says, others I love are Skyfall, great. Dracula with Gary Oldman, really good. Fanny and Alexander, of course, you can see behind me the Ingmar Bergman box set. I haven't seen it though. Basic Instinct, haven't seen it, would like to. Sophie's Choice, again, haven't seen it, would like to. Dr. Zhivago, I own that on Blu-ray, haven't seen it, would like to. Film Week 13 says, just took out a free trial for the MGM channel on Amazon Prime. Really excited to check out Fargo and The Usual Suspects. Archie, those 2 films are really good. Fargo is great. Usual Suspects, again, both of those films are great. Have a good time with them. Steve says, I have Bamboozled on Criterion by Spike Lee. Worth, not a well-known title by him, but worth a look. I'd be interested to get Bamboozled, actually, Steve. I've seen that kind of float around the internet, people posting about it. So, yeah. I'd love to Do the Right Thing on Criterion, but I've seen it once and wasn't that wowed by it. So I'm going to watch it again on Prime. If I really enjoy it, then I'll go and buy it because it's about £30. It's a big, lovely edition of the film. And if I don't like it that much, if I don't like the film that much, I just don't think I should spend £30, or even if it's half price, get this set that I'm sure some people, it's one of their favorite films of all time and they love the set so much. And for me, it's just, another film to add to the collection. I just don't think I should do that. Rehan says, I got the complete series of Arrow DVD box set. I think you already mentioned that, Rehan. And you've got 4 new subscribers now to the channel. Well done. Half Clap Productions says, what do you think of Andrei Tarkovsky? I recommend starting with Stalker. Well, I haven't seen any of his films, so I can't say anything. I own Stalker on the Criterion Blu-ray. And I've heard a few other people kind of say how to start with Tarkovsky. Others say you should start with his earliest films and work your way up. Others say, like you just said, Half Clap Productions, start with Stalker. So I might just start with Stalker. I only own Stalker, so I might as well start there, Moviebug says, just wondering if you looked into the Gamera films. I know you're a big on the old Godzilla films, and I'm currently really enjoying the Gamera films. Yeah. They are both sets, because I know Moviebug, you got both of them, and it's really cool. You can put them together, but one of them is like £50. The other one is £50, so that'd be £100. So I would probably get them, but once they're at a bit of a lower price, because £100 or even £50 is quite a lot. So if there's an Arrow sale going on some point later on in the year, I will probably pick them up, because the old Godzilla films are really good fun. I love the Criterion box set. So yeah. And Archie says, Kubrick shorts. Ah, that's my weekly sacrifice to the Criterion completed again. Yeah, I would love to get a Kubrick shorts. That is something I'm hoping for. Batel says, I really hope I'm thinking many things will get a Criterion release. I hope so as well. I have a feeling it will. Erin is here. Hello, Erin. How are you? Zachary says, I'd love to see Tom Ford do Bond. I mean, he already did Daniel Craig's costume. Did he? Did Daniel Craig's costumes? That's interesting. Ryan says, I just downloaded Skype. Great. Hopefully you'll be able to join. Steve Mack says, not yet, but Nymphomaniac is on Blu-ray, 2 discs, one for each volume. All right, thanks, Steve, for letting me know about that. Alex Pitt says, do you think you'll see more films this year than last year? 700 is a big number to beat. Yeah. Well, I mean, last month in January, I got close to almost 100 films in just 1 month. So if I keep that up for 7 months, I will have done that. But we'll see, Alex. We will see. One of the big reasons why I watched 700 films last year was because pandemic. I was meant to be studying for my GCSE exams, which got cancelled. So I had about 6 months to do whatever I wanted. And of course, I chose to watch films, and I was meant to go on a holiday. That got cancelled. I'm meant to go on holiday this year. Who knows? So I'll just keep on watching films, and we'll see if I can top that number of 700. I thought that 2020 would be my lowest year for watching films because of those reasons of exam, studying, and holidays. So, and it turns out to be my biggest year ever. But I've kicked off 2021 with a bang by having 87 films in 1 month, which is my biggest watching month ever. Last year, it was 77. So, yeah. All says, I feel very mixed on Andrei Tarkovsky. His films are very slow, Stalker being boring, in my opinion. That being said, Mirror is one of my favorite films ever, and I love Solaris too. Oh, that's an interesting opinion, All. I've been having a thought recently about people calling kind of films slow, whether it be 90 minutes long and it felt slow, or 2 hours or 3 hours and it just felt slow. Loads of people, me and myself included, if a film is 90 minutes like Trainspotting or 2.5 hours like Goodfellas, and the pacing is so good and it feels so fast and it just feels like, you're watching it and it's just gone by so quickly. People love that. I love that too. But a lot of people don't like slow films. And I think, well, okay, if we love how films make time speed up in a way, why can't we enjoy films that make time slow down? Because if we watch a 90-minute film and this is if it warrants it. If the 90-minute film doesn't warrant this slow pace, then of course it's bad. But if it does warrant this slow pace and it feels long and you can relax to that, who's to say we can't enjoy a film that will feel like 3 hours but only take 90 minutes to watch? That's just a thought. I mean, I might have opened up quite a big discussion here, and I'm already getting lots of comments, and I would like to get another person on to talk to, a few more people actually. So yeah, we'll see. But that's just a thought I put out there for you all. Grace Hutching says, the only Von Trier film I've seen are The House That Jack Built. I'd like to watch that. Antichrist. I'd like to watch all those films. And then there's a Melancholia, I think. I only enjoyed Melancholia. Yeah. I'd like to watch all of Von Trier's films. They look really interesting. Walter Robinson said, most anticipated film this year that wasn't pushed back from 2020. That would be Mission Impossible 7. I absolutely love Mission Impossible Fallout. In fact, I love the Mission Impossible franchise full stop. I know you do, Walter, and I cannot wait for the new Mission Impossible. It looks so good. Oh, just from the stuff that we've seen from Christopher McQuarrie in his behind-the-scenes pictures, they look great. So I'm really looking forward to that. They're so well made. The stunts, so good. Hopefully. They haven't, in my opinion, there is not a single bad Mission Impossible film, except for Mission Impossible 2. Hopefully I didn't make anyone think that I actually liked Mission Impossible 2 then. Darius says, I feel like Rami Malek would be a great villain in No Time to Die. Looking forward to see a nuanced villain since, what is that? Silver from Skyfall. I don't even know how to pronounce his first name. I always refer to him as Silver. We'll see, Darius. I'm interested to see where Rami Malek takes the role. Yeah, we'll see. Because Silver was such a good villain in Skyfall, and then we go to Spectre and we get Blofeld, who I'm not even going to get into that conversation. But, and by the way, I do like Spectre. I'm one of the people who actually like Spectre, but I have big problems with the villain and backstory and stuff like that. Rian says, "What is your Skype name?" I'm asking people to put their Skype username into the comments, Rihan, when there's an opening, and then I choose them. Okay. 80s and 90s movie geek. Hello, how are you? And Fistful Review says, Archie or Film Geek 13, those are my 2 favorite films of all time. They are amazing. Oh, wait, which ones are we talking about here? Oh, I don't know. We've got Fistful Review says, I see you bumped up your rating for Jackie Brown. We'll update your Tarantino ranking because it still says it's a 3.7. Yes, I'll be updating it. I've got a private Tarantino ranking list at the moment on Letterboxd because I'm going to be actually rewatching Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2 and Inglourious Bastards, and I'm going to be watching Death Proof for the first time. So then I've seen all Tarantino's work. An updated ranking will be coming once I've rewatched Inglourious Bastards, because that's the one I'm going up to, because I recently watched Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and I already know Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is going to be number 1. So I left those films out of my rewatch. Yeah. Zachary Entel says, oh, and I love Road to Perdition, Far From Heaven, and Gangs of New York. Man, 2002 was a great year. Yeah, I really want to watch Road to Perdition, Far From Heaven as well. Gangs of New York, I do like. Erin says, is filmmaking poetry? That is a big question. I don't know if I've got... I don't know, actually. Is filmmaking poetry? It depends what film you're making, doesn't it? I mean, if you're making Transformers, it isn't poetry, but if you're trying to say something, maybe it could be. Filmflick says, I really want to get Gamera, but they are... Yeah, I agree, Filmflick, and Jake is also agreeing here. Do you listen to any film-related podcasts? My favourites are Kermode on Film, Evolution of Horror, Films to be Buried With, Fatal Attractions, and Dads on Film. I don't really all, but today I was having an absolute blast listening to the Empire podcast with Edgar Wright and Quentin Tarantino. It's on Spotify if anyone's got Spotify. That is amazing. I haven't finished it yet, but that is so good. Edgar Wright could make an awesome Bond film. He could, Bertal. That would be interesting to see Edgar Wright. Whoa, we've got... Oh, I'm catching up, I think. I'm catching up. Jake says, hope you're keeping safe during these strange times. Thank you, Jake. Same to you as well. But I did see that you posted on Alex's live stream that you're getting a vaccination soon, which is great. That's really good for you. And he says, everyone else as well, my sleeping has been all over the place. I'm sure it has. I mean, if you're not really waking up to anything in the morning for school, you could be going to bed at quite late times. Definitely. Winslow says, when do you think the next Criterion sale might be in the UK? I don't know, Winslow. If I'd have to make a prediction, I'd probably go March or April, because I know we had one, or like an offer in June or July we had one. Or was it earlier? Was it April did we have one? I can't remember. But I know last year we had one around that time. But I do think March or April, we'll definitely get one soon. Hopefully. Filmflick says, do you see the Golden Globe nominees? I found them very disappointing. I've seen them and I agree. I cannot believe they nominated, what's it called? Trial of Chicago 7 for Best Picture. I mean, well, then again, I can believe it. It's the Academy. I know it's not the Academy as in the Oscars, but it's these kind of Academy people. Yeah. Alex Pitt says, I don't care how slow a film is. Saint Maud is one of the slowest films ever, but it was great. I agree, Alex. I mean, Midsummer, that's really slow. One of my favorite films of all time. Jackie Brown, which I watched last night, that so slow, even though it does drag a tad, but I still love Jackie Brown. Filmmaker 13, Killer Bean Forever was only 85 minutes, but it felt like someone shooting me over and over in the knees. It was horrible, out-of-body experience, or it was horrible. God damn, this world is weird. I had never heard of that film until you logged that on Letterboxd, Archie. I'm a little tempted to go watch it now, just because you hate it, and I just think, I mean, is it an experience where it's so bad, it's actually quite entertaining? Right, we've been going through the comments really like a lot, but I still want to get more people in on the stream because this is what this is about, connecting with the audience. We had Archie, Film Geek 13, and we had Film Flick. Post you, I'm going to have to mark where we left off. So the next question was from Alex about Mission Impossible, and I will pick up where we left off once we've had a bit of an interlude with another guest joining me. So yeah, please put your Skype username in the comments. See if we can get some people, if people that I haven't seen before, anyone that doesn't actually have a YouTube channel, that would be nice. Just a normal viewer, because it would be nice just to have a normal viewer. We had Archie, who does a few YouTube videos and was on a few weeks ago. Of course, we're Film Flick, he's got a YouTube channel, but does anyone watching who doesn't have a YouTube channel want to go on? We could try that Movie Bug. That would be, in fact, we'll do back-to-back ones, shall we? We'll have Movie Bug on, he's a familiar face, and then after that, once more, we'll have put their Skype username. I will call them, but I want to get through a lot more calls. So we'll do a Movie Bug, then we might do Walter, maybe. But I do want to, if anyone. Is James Lack? I typed in Movie Bug, James. James Lack. Okay, there's a few James Lacks, actually. There's one with a monkey as a profile picture. Live James Lack. Oh, I think this is the one. I'll give it a try. Oh, hello? Is this James? James?
Hello.
Hello, it is James Lack. It is the Movie Bug.
Hello. I wasn't
Here he
sure
is.
if I'd given you the right details.
No, that's okay. I mean, I thought this was you, so I thought, heck, we'll try it. We'll see who answers the phone.
Yeah, I've literally been like trying to find my passwords and stuff for the last 5 minutes. I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. But
Yeah.
Skype's been such a pain.
How are you? How are you, James?
Not too bad. Just chilling out this evening,
Good.
playing some PlayStation.
Great.
But I'm enjoying the stream so far.
I'm glad you are. I'm glad you're enjoying it. No, it's great to have you. So I'm asking everyone the same questions, 3 questions. Question number 1, your favorite films. Let's hear them.
Well, my favourites have always been like the classics from like I love, well, obviously
Star Wars,
like,
yeah,
Park,
that's great.
Yeah, I'd say most of my favourites come from that sort of range, but I don't know. I mean, lately, I've really been into like Martin Scorsese, of course.
Yes.
Taika Waititi, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, but I would say my favourites are definitely like those classics and like the Ring as well. I mean,
you can't beat Empire. That's one of my Empire Strikes Back. That's one of my favourites.
I'll always go back to episode 3, 4, and 5 all the time, and I love 6 as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, most people out there who know me know that I'm a big Star Wars boy. So
yeah. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I'd always go to Lord of the Rings as well. I try to watch that at least once a year.
So do I, but I'm not massive on Lord of the Rings. I've seen the films, I've seen the trilogy twice now, and I really like them, but none of them are in my favourites. Never been that big on Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's fair to be fair, because like my parents, they don't like it, and a lot of people I'm around, I can see why they're a bit more of a struggle, I think, to get. And I only watched them for the first time about 3 years ago, to be fair.
Yeah.
So they're not like something I grew up with, like Star Wars.
That's exactly, yeah. I mean, same with me, exactly.
But yeah, no, I definitely have to include those films, and you know, as I say, like the obvious, like Jurassic Park and Jaws. But yeah, no, I'd say they're my favourites.
And so the next question is your most prized possession in your collection. That could be, you know, the most expensive or just the thing that you love so much. What is it?
Does it have to be a Blu-ray?
It can be anything if you want. Because
I'd probably say it's that lightsaber.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Yeah,
I thought, yeah.
I mean, I haven't had it that long, but I mean, because I ordered it like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
It feels like I've sort of had it for a while, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that Blu-ray wise, I don't really know. Maybe one of my Doctor Who box sets, I guess.
I mean, they look nice. I haven't actually seen any Doctor Who. Sorry, but I feel like it's gonna. I don't. Yeah, I'm not that big on shows, and Doctor Who's very big, so it'll take a lot of time to watch them.
Yeah, I don't think I'd recommend to anyone who hasn't seen Doctor Who to go to like classic Who.
Yeah,
to be honest.
But no, those sets I see you put them on your Instagram. I always like to see them and take a look. They're really good.
Yeah, it's amazing that the BBC put so much money into those sets. To be honest.
Yeah.
BBC can be very cheap.
And my next question is, because you know I'm a big Criterion fan, and I already know the answer to this question is: do you own any Criterions? Which you do. What are your favorites, and what Criterion Blu-rays are you? What are on your wish list, basically?
Oh well, I want the wish list one's interesting because I keep looking at that Godzilla set. Which I'm not a fan of the size of it.
I know you mentioned that. Yeah, it's you've got to have. I've got it on a stand. If you can just see in the corner right there, I've got it on a little stand. It's the only way to properly display it because it's so big and it's so fitting for Godzilla. It demands the room because he's so big and they make such a big set about it.
No, I completely agree. And it's beautiful artwork.
It certainly is.
I'd do exactly what you've done.
Yeah. You don't really want to tuck it away on a shelf. You want it out, but that is if you've got the room.
Yeah. I'm hoping Criterion do a little box set of it at some point.
We'll see. Hopefully, that would be nice.
But my favourite Criterions I own... my favourite movie that I own on Criterion might be The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
I think it is Steve Zissou. Yeah, that's how I see it anyway.
Yeah, I absolutely love that movie. Marriage Story.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, lovely.
Love that one. That might win on packaging as well.
Yeah,
I love the packaging for that one. I don't know. I got a film called The New World, which I have yet to watch. But that's got beautiful packaging.
I mean, I'm the same. I've got a few Criterions that have got excellent packaging. Haven't seen the film, but I just love the packaging of it.
Well, I got that one and The Tree of Life for Christmas. So
The Tree of Life. We did mention this film earlier on in the stream. I don't know if you were watching because someone...
I was trying to set the Skype account up, I think.
Yeah, someone... I think it was Film Flick mentioned it, and I said, well, I know James watched it. It's quite diverse opinion. Some people Helmet is a masterpiece, others just think it wasn't that good. So I'm interested to get it just for that, but we'll see. Malik is quite...
Yeah, it's an interesting movie. I appreciate it for its filmmaking aspects. It's beautiful. The cinematography is off the charts. The score is fantastic. The acting is great.
Yeah.
I do like something with a bit more of an interesting narrative, I think. It didn't grip me. It's just one of those things, you know, it's like, because I know, like, you loved, like, Midsummer, for example.
Oh, yeah. That's one that you didn't like. I remember.
I just couldn't connect with it.
No, I get that as well. You know, some films people absolutely love, I go and watch, and it's just a simple case of, I didn't connect with it. I didn't feel anything.
Well, it happens. There are some films that you just... It's like, you know, going to the cinema, sometimes you come out and you hear people praising or loving. Despite the film, you just feel the opposite. But with films.
Exactly, yeah. I agree.
But, I think that's what makes talking about movies really fun, though.
It is, Especially when you watch it in the cinema with a friend or a group of friends, and you all finish it, and that's what you're talking about in the car journey home, or if you're having a meal afterwards. That's what you're talking about.
I like coming out to cinema actually, and having a different opinions to my friends, because the conversation is more interesting.
It is. I remember me and my friends went to watch Joker opening night. Absolutely great experience. And me and my friend Jake, me and him loved the film. We just absolutely loved it. Then one of my friends, actually, he would give it like a 3 out of 5. He was like, eh. And then another friend, he did like it, but not as much as me and Jake did. So we had a very interesting discussion afterwards. We all, me and my friend Jake, who loved it, we're very excited. It's great.
Yeah, I think the closest experience I had to that was definitely The Rise of Skywalker, because I think people were expecting me to be biased because it was Star Wars. Yeah. And I remember my mate looking to me when the credits had finished, and he just said to me, he just goes, so what did you think of that, James? And I just went, well, I think Disney completely that up. And I think people were really shocked. A couple of my mates, because it was so fresh. They were kidding themselves a bit. They were like, oh, I think I liked it. And then there was me just absolutely distraught.
I mean, I remember when I first watched it, and I just was like, I was that disappointed. I kind of was just, the more I thought about it afterwards, the more I hated it. At first, I gave it a 2 out of 5. Now it's like a 1 star on Letterboxd.
It was. I think that is always going to be the most heartbreaking film for
me. It certainly is. It was one of my most anticipated films of the year. I was so excited for it, and then I was probably the most disappointing film I've ever watched. Actually,
it taught me one thing: not to be too overly biased with like my favorite things, though, because if I'd been biased towards that one, I think I would have regretted it so much looking back at it. So it was, I suppose, a bit of a lesson in, preparation for movies.
Well, it's been great having you. Thank you very much for posting your Skype.
No, thank you for having me on. It's been really
no
nice
problem. And one time we'll have to have you on for properly without the phone.
Hey, I'm absolutely game, and I'd love to.
That's great.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you, James. Thank you very much, and take care.
See you later. See you, everyone.
Bye. So that was Mr. James Lack, Movie Book. That was really great of him to come on and join. Of course, I'm guessing everyone watching knows him, but it was great to have a familiar face with us. We've had a few questions, a few comments. Everyone's kind of welcoming in James as he joined. Oh, we've got Blu-ray collectors here as well. I'm just going to go back up to the top where we left off and finish answering your questions, and then we'll get another person on as well very quickly. So sorry if I actually go too quick on your question. Alex says the Mission Impossible franchise keeps getting better with every entry. Couldn't agree more, Alex. I don't know about Mission Impossible. I don't know how Mission Impossible 7 can top Fallout, though. That film was incredible. That's exactly what I was thinking. We'll see. Can they do it? Jake says he loves Spectre. I wouldn't go as far as to say I love the film. It's definitely got big problems, but I like it. I do like it. Steve says, I like longer films. The director, they can take more time. I think this is now, we're getting into the conversation of when I was talking about lengths of films and how it can feel really fast or really slow. It can take more time to tell a story and develop the characters, allowing the viewer to engage with them. I agree. I enjoy any variety of runtimes. Sometimes an 80-minute film is just so good because you can watch it really quickly, and if it is a good film, even better. But I do like my long films as well, like Once Upon a Time in America. That is so good. That's almost 4 hours. Darius is 100% agreeing everything you said about on Blofeld and Spectre. Thank you, Darius. This review says, Fargo and Usual Suspects are films I was talking about. Oh, yes, I see now. Fistball reviews. I get it. Alex Pitts says, I started using Letterboxd at the end of 2018, and now I don't know how I spend several years as a film fan without using Letterboxd. Alex, I completely agree. Ever since I got Letterboxd it was like really late November 2017. I have not stopped using it. Ever since I got it, I've been logging my films. Ever since then, haven't missed a film. So useful. That's why I'm a Patreon as well. I want to give back to Letterboxd. Such a useful, helpful, engaging app. Love it. Aaron says it also depends on how likely you value poetry, I suppose. Yeah, if you really want to akin poetry, actual poetry, like reading a poem, to a film. I mean, some poems are okay, but I've never been a massive fan of poetry. And Jake says he can't wait, and he follows it up by saying to get my vaccination. That's great. And Alex does comment that his mum had her vaccination today. She works for the NHS. That's great. Well done to your mum as well for being an NHS key worker. Ol says, yes, I saw that New Empire podcast. We'll give it a listen whilst remote working tomorrow. It's exactly what I was doing today. I'll get in with it. So good. And it's funny as well. It's really funny. I was at the dinner table just working away, and then my AirPods were in and my parents were just doing something, and they just hear me chuckling. I think they thought I was listening to music or something. Well, hopefully they figured out I was listening to a podcast. Film Flick says Blade Runner 2049 is a very slow film, but it is so beautiful. I agree. We have Tommy on YouTube. Hello. Walter. I think Walter will be our next guest, but I'll just answer a few more. Alex says, on the other end of the scale, The Wolf of Wall Street, 3 hours and feels like 90 minutes. I completely agree, Alex, yeah. And Aaron says, Killer Bean Forever is pure work of art. No film is above it. And then we had Movie Book here. Where are we? Blu-ray Collector says, you are spot on, and Lynn and Lucy was brilliant. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Blu-ray Collector. Really want to pick up that BFI Blu-ray. Johnny Sins. I think I know who this is. Lucas, you have got a footling. I don't even know what that word is. Schlong, because I would not be surprised. Right, I don't know what you mean by that. Blu-ray Collector says, Magnolia is on my wish list for Criterion, and one that is a perfect fit. Yeah, I don't own Magnolia. I haven't seen it, but I'd like to watch it and own it. I want to watch it. I want to own it. Probably everything Paul Thomas Anderson's made. I really like his direction. And yes, Steve Mack says, yes, please more PTA and Criterion. And then Steve Mack says, I bought Lynn and Lucy on the filmmaker's recommendation, and it was superb. I'm glad people are taking my recommendations and actually enjoying the film, because the worst thing I would want to do is recommend a film to someone and then for them to go and watch it and hate it. Something that happened with me and my mum, because I bought the Hereditary Steelbook. She read the synopsis, thought it sounded interesting. This was in 2018. Fast forward to 2020, we're in lockdown. We finally get a chance to watch it together, bearing in mind at this point it's one of my favorite films of all time and I've seen it countless times. And she hated the film. She liked a few bits in it. She appreciated the acting and the costume design and the hair and makeup. But apart from that, she thought it was really silly. So I'm glad my recommendations are actually, people are enjoying it. I'm getting into second run releases. Many Czech and Polish directors, some interesting titles have come out. I'm sure there are, Steve. D. Hollyoak, Dan, how are you? By the way, Dan, I'm sure hopefully you know this if you've seen my story. We're going to be doing some viewer people. If you've got Skype, please put your Skype username in, and we could have you on the stream for a brief 10 minutes or so. Ask you a few questions. Blu-ray, Steve Mack had it in the collection when it came out. Put it in front. Recommended it. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Blu-ray Collector. Steve Mack said, BFI Polytechnique is a good film too. Yep, I'd like to get Polytechnique on Blu-ray. I've seen it once, quite a few years ago, and I enjoyed it. Half Clap Film Productions. What acclaimed directors do you find overrated? That's a good question. Overrated. If you could, give me some examples, Half Clap Productions, because most acclaimed directors I enjoy. If you're still watching, follow me up on that one, please. Alex Pitt says Trainspotting is only a 90-minute film. It's only a 90-minute film, but I thought that the characters were so well developed and fleshed out. I agree, Alex. I mean, when you've got a really good film at a 90-minute, 80-minute, so good. Because a lot of good films could be 2 hours, could be 3 hours, 4 hours, some are even 5 hours. So it's always good to fit in a fantastic film. Blu-ray Collector, have you seen St. Maud? I watched it the other day and thought it was outstanding. Haven't seen it, Blu-ray Collector. A lot of people are asking me to watch St. Maud. I might actually have to go watch it pretty soon now. I did say I would wait for it to drop on a streaming service, but people are recommending it to me a lot, so I might give in. And if it comes down in price, I might buy it on Blu-ray. I might rent it. We'll see. Filmmaker 13 says, I'm sorry, Grace, but that's never going to happen. Criterion don't release TV shows. I don't know if Grace actually posted a comment in here, and if they did, it's gone, but I feel like Grace would have said, can we have The Sweet Life on Criterion or something like that? But it's not showing up here. All watched a real underrated gem the other day, a Danish one local thriller called The Guilty. Absolutely amazing, so tense and brilliant twist. I'll have to check that one out. All I'm going to look that up. I think you mentioned that in a comment to me the other day. I've spelled that. The Guilty. Oh, I see. It's meant to be really good, actually. Ah. Thank you for the recommendation, all. Oh, it was it Instantable or whatever it's called, being on Criterion? I'm sorry, but if they don't do this, and will never will, probably, if Criterion did TV shows, that would not be the film to be released. If you were hoping that it would, no, I'm sorry, but that just wouldn't. I'm sorry, Grace. And Darius, love The Guilty. We've got a few Guilty fans here. I'm surprised someone mentioned that film. Very underrated, in my opinion. Better than Locke. Oh, so it's a contained. Because you're comparing it to Locke, which is quite a contained film. I'm gonna have to add that to my watch list. Okay. Oh, we've got a question here. Favorite Bond flick would probably be On Her Majesty's Secret Service or Skyfall. Okay, people, send in your Skype usernames, and we'll have another guest on. Oh, and also maybe From Russia with Love or Thunderball. I love the 60s ones with Connery. Walter, you, my good friend, will be next because you've been putting in, and I want to add you on because you're a good friend. Walt Rob 89. Walter Robinson. Here we are. Walter, get ready. I'm going to be calling you. Hello, Walter.
Hello.
I'll just turn you around so everyone can see you. How are you, Walter?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm glad I could fit you in on here because, well, it seems not many people are putting forward their usernames, but I'm glad I got you in. That's great.
Wi-Fi connection this time as well.
That's good. So I'll kick us off with our 3 questions. Some of your favorite films of all time and why. Let's go.
Okay,
Get Out.
Will be one of my favorites.
That's a great choice.
At least over 10 times.
Wow.
It's just every single time I watch it, it's I it even more. The subtleties Jordan Peele puts in such a commentary-filled film.
Yeah.
And how important it is, but it's just so enjoyable and eerie to watch.
Yeah.
School of Rock, it's a classic.
Yeah, I need to watch School of Rock. I want to watch it.
I love like, and it's just such a feel-good film for the time. And Linklater's direction is impeccable. And then I was gonna say Parasite. That's quite standard, but one of my other favorite, Judge, with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah.
That it's on Netflix, I think, so you should check it out. It's like a courtroom sort of drama between the two, and their acting together is just amazing. So I recommend that.
I will definitely add that to my list.
So yeah, there's some of my top ones.
Okay, your most prized possession in your collection.
I got a couple out just there.
Okay, that's great.
My Get Out Steelbook, I love.
Oh yeah, we like the steelbooks.
Went to France last year. I got this Parasite steelbook.
Oh, that looks. Oh, I've never seen that. I've never seen that. That is so cool.
It's so cool.
I love that steelbook. Wow.
I've also got this Casino Royale one.
Oh, let's have a look. What? That is such a cool one.
Like that.
That is.
On eBay for around like £70-80, and I was like, well, I'm going to keep that one.
Wow. That is so cool.
But then obviously, I know James was on, he's mentioned Doctor Who. All my Doctor Who steelbooks I've been collecting recently are amazing.
So you're a big fan of Doctor Who as well, Walter?
Big fan, yeah. But again, like classic Who, I'm not too familiar with. It's more the modern stuff that that I need to get into as well, yeah.
And of course, my next question is, do you own a Criterion, which again, I do know the answer to this question.
I now do, yeah.
Yeah, the Before trilogy.
I think I'm watching the second one tonight. But the first.
Very good.
Amazing. Again, I got this one because I was to Richard Linklater. I've seen Boyhood, School of Rock, so it was the reasonable one to get from a first step. Really, really good. And I don't think you've watched them yet.
Sorry, Walter?
I don't watch them, have you?
Oh, I haven't watched them. No. Yeah. I really should. I don't know why I'm not watching them. I should make it to do it this month. Yeah, I should try and find the time.
Definitely. And I can't thank you enough, honestly. Like the quality is like...
no problem at all. I mean, I just love Criterion, so I just love talking about them, and so I'm glad it has inspired you to go and buy some. I'm talking about buying Criterions. What is on your wish list? What are the next Criterions you're going to pick up and add to your collection?
Gosh, probably the Scorsese shorts.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his films, so I'll be interested to see some of his short films.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I think the best thing is just get a director who's like associated well with them, and then just sort of like try and go through them as well. But yeah, just more research needs to be done. But obviously the money is the thing. So
we'll wait for a kind of a deal to hit or a sale, and just find any that you're interested in, and go ahead and buy them. Tell me, let me know what you get.
Yeah, can I just say that while we're on, you mentioned Spectre. When I rewatched the I really like Spectre, and I'm just
a Spectre fan. We have a Spectre fan here.
I'm like say it's bad.
It's not, because I was doing my Bond Revisited, and Spectre was a big one. I thought, right, I watched this first in the cinema, first Bond film I watched in the cinema.
Yeah.
And I remember really liking it. I remember loving the film actually for a very long time, and then for some reason I just stopped watching it. Don't know why. I just watched other stuff, and I got Letterboxd. I saw all the bad reviews. I've seen all the bad kind of videos bashing the film. I haven't seen it in a long time. I thought, okay, this rewatch is going to determine whether I hate this film or whether I actually like it. I like it. I don't like the Blofeld stuff and the villain stuff. I feel that's a little silly, but the action is so well done. It's just really the music in it as well.
It looks stunning. Like the cinematography, it's amazing. Like admittedly, it's not Rush Deakins or Sky.
No, exactly. Yeah,
it's good, but I mean, it is still amazing. And like, I don't get how people suddenly say that that's better than Quantum of Solace. Like, Quantum of Solace,
that was for me as well when I was rewatching that film, Quantum of Solace. And by the way, that was another Bond film that I liked when I first watched it, and a few more times. And then I rewatched it, and now I can see why everyone else hates it.
Yeah, I think that's the gift of rewatching films after. You like watching it for the first time at a different age, and you're just like thinking, why did I think that was but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and I have a soft spot for the opening scene, because that is actually shot in a part of Italy where we go pretty much every year. So, yeah. And did you know they had to shut the roads for 2 weeks around that area, and they actually crashed one of the Aston Martins in the lake. And these divers went in and got the engine from the car. And there's a town, because there's all towns around the lake. We stay in Lamoni. By the way, if you've seen I Spy, my film I Spy, that's where we shot I Spy. And the thing of I Spy is the evil 34-year-old midget is going to blow up Lamoni, Malchesney, and Riva. And so in Riva, where we go, a lovely place, and we catch the boat, we go to Riva, and there's a cafe, and in that cafe, that's the engine of the Aston Martin that they crashed in the lake.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's story. Yeah, that's great.
So I always like that as well, and always, because I did I Spy as a Bond spoof, so it's nice to actually have that film shot in a place where a Bond film was shot. So it's a nice little thing there.
I have to say, I mean, with Quantum especially, because we went to Italy a few years ago, and Siena, and the whole thing, when we were shot, I was literally walked up to the tower where they were filming that as well. So, well, but like, so it's just, the thing I find so funny about that film is the amount of takes in some of the action sequences. Like, it's just like...
The editing is baffling to me. It's just like, can someone just get a grip on this director and say, listen, you're directing a Bond film, not some art house rubbish. Okay, my idea, I'm going to cross-cut an interrogation with horses. It doesn't make any sense.
Clearly there was a writer's strike situation, but I don't think uses all the stuff that is just wrong
and
with
then
the film.
All the different locations they visit, it has a different font. I don't... It's just like one of those things. What?
Saying how Casino Royale, it's just, they should have kept it under the same director. Really.
They really should, or found a director that's similar to that one. It's just
style is just so different, isn't it? And
it is
equal, so it just doesn't work in his favor.
I know, exactly, because like you just mentioned, it is a direct sequel from Casino Royale, so it needs to be in that same level, doesn't it? But that's
what's most disappointing, I think.
But I think it did maybe influence the decision to hire Sam Mendes for Skyfall, because his direction is a lot more streamlined, it's a lot more to the point, and they did an excellent decision with that, because he made Skyfall. You know, if I wasn't a classic Bond fan, Skyfall would be my #1 Bond.
Yeah, definitely.
But I love On a Master Secret Service and Connery as well, who is Bond in my opinion. He's so good.
Yeah, no one can beat Connery. Yeah, it was very sad his passing last year.
It was, it was not nice to hear that.
No, but yeah, it's all good. It's all
anyway, it's been great chatting with you, Walter.
You too, as always. Yeah, enjoying the stream.
Yeah.
Thanks
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Thank you very much.
Right, thank you.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
See you later. Take care. Bye. So that was Walter. He's been on the stream before as well, so it's great to have him with us today. I'm just going to actually take a drink and we'll see. Oh, we've got D. Hollywood putting his name in. Dan, if you're still watching. Dan, if you're still watching, we can have you next if you want. I mean, you haven't said you've left, so hopefully you're still watching. But I'm just going to see. Yeah, we've got something here. We've got Irreversible. I think that's how you say it. Yeah. Gaspar Noir is coming on Blu-ray. That's quite a film. Yes, Gaspar Noir is quite the director as well. I probably will be picking that up. I loved Climax, though, his latest film, I believe. I really like that one. But that's the only... No, I've seen Love as well, which is... Yeah, I don't know about Film Noir. I don't know how I feel about Gaspar Noir. But I've liked both films I've seen of him, Love and Climax. Okay, and All says, he loves Irreversible. Steve, actually consider it one of the greatest movie ever made. It's an experience like no other. Well, again, that's another reason why I believe actually Indicator are also bringing out the Irreversible Blu-ray, so that's exciting. And Steve says he's looking forward to seeing it. So am I. We have Max. Hello, Max. How are you doing? Steve says, I pre-ordered Chop Shop, Man Pushcart, and Parallax View on Criterion. Can't get Minding The Gap, it's sold out at the moment. Steve, I know you're a big Criterion. Do you import all these then? Have you import? Because I watched a bit of your video and you've got like a British accent. So do you live in America? But I import them, and I'd love to get Parallax View on Criterion. That looks great. Yeah. Back to the Future Boy says, what's your favorite and least favorite Kill Bill film? Well, Kill Bill Volume 1 is my favorite. Kill Bill Volume 2 is my least favorite, but those two films were actually technically shot as one film. So, yeah. And Jake says, and my profile picture is the TARDIS. Okay, Jake. And Dan is still watching. Okay. Right, I'll give you a call then, Holly. Or Dan, should I? Okay. Matt. You. Holly. I think I've got you. I think I've got you, Dan. Have you put anything else? Oh, Walter's leaving. He's saying, got to go for Chinese now. Thanks for having me on, mate. Hope the rest of the stream is good. Enjoy your meal, Walter. That worked out timing-wise really well. But yeah, thank you for joining. That's great. Anyway, I'm going to give you a call now, Dan. Hopefully this works. Hello, is this Dan?
Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you? I'll just
hello.
put you to so everyone can see you.
Yeah, I'm just going to mute your stream so we don't get any echoes or anything.
Oh, that's not a problem. It's great to have you because Dan, I've never seen you before, but you've been quite a vocal person during my streams for such a long time now. So it's great to finally meet you in a way.
Yes, thank you for the content.
No problem at all. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So we'll kick off with the question. First one is, some of your favorite films of all time.
Well, some of my favorite films. I remember the first film that really kind of, woke me up to what film can be is Of Children of Men, Alfonso Cuarón.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I just remember that. I think, when I was mesmerized by the whole long take thing.
Yeah,
really.
That was such a visceral experience for me when I first watched it. It was just like, I can't believe what I'm watching. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Like, that was just one of them.
It puts you in, the center of the action, like no other film. Another one of my favorites as well, in terms of, soul experience. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, but I've talked about it. Requiem for a Dream.
That is one that I'd like to watch. It's on Prime, isn't it? Amazon Prime, I believe it's on.
I believe, yeah. I've got the Blu-ray myself, so but it's a great one.
No, that's on my list to watch. That's on my list.
Yeah, of course, Taxi Driver is a classic.
Oh yeah, I think you know that I do love that film.
Yes, yeah. And Fight Club is kind of like my favorite cult film as well. So.
Oh yeah, so I was talking about this with Archie. The first guy who joined, he says that Fight Club is one of his favorite films of all time.
Yeah.
And I was saying, well, I've seen it and I thought it was great, but I can't see it as kind of an outstanding film that a lot of people put it to. Could you maybe talk about, why do you love it so much? Because I couldn't get into it that much.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the whole sort of anti-vibe it gives. I don't know, maybe I'm going through a bit of an edgy teenage stage or something. But I just remember watching it and just being completely sort of enthralled by the style. I mean, some people do say it's style over substance, and I can see that, but I just think it's so interesting.
I think
dynamic.
The two big things about it was I already knew the big twist before watching the film, unfortunately. And Edward Norton's narration voiceover was grating on me quite a bit throughout the film.
Really?
Yeah, I just...
You don't like the CGI shots as well?
Some of the CGI shots look a bit dodgy, but then again, it was made in 1999, so...
This is it, yeah. But no, it's one of my personal favourites, and I've got the poster up back.
Oh, nice. No, I did mention to Film Geek 13 as well that I will be hopefully making time this month to go back and rewatch the film, see if my opinion's changed on it, see if I like it more.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I've only recently, thanks to yourself, been introduced to Letterboxd, so I've smacked that on my favourite films list.
Yes. Yeah. And you're currently going through the filmography of Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott,
yeah.
I'm up to The Counsellor. I just watched The Counsellor, which is probably rock bottom of his filmography.
Really?
It's the dialogue.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I enjoy going through directors' filmographies. It looks quite fun what you're doing, kind of ranking them as you go and stuff like that. It looks good.
Yeah, I think it's good. You see the evolution, their style. I mean, he's a bit of a hit or miss director, as you're probably aware. Counselor is definitely a miss. But Blade Runner, Alien, there's some good stuff for sure.
Definitely. But usually when I do that, I don't just watch the entire director's filmography and nothing else. It's kind of broken up. I watch a few films and I go watch another few films. But one day I would just like to kind of just watch the director's filmography and not stop until I've finished.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I did it with Spielberg before the days of Letterboxd, but I used to use IMDb to log my films, you see.
Yes, I remember you saying, and I've kind of converted you over now to Letterboxd, which is nice.
It's mate, I'm already a pro.
Yeah. That's great. Now I'm glad I got you into Letterboxd. Okay,
thank you.
So the next question is your most prized possession in your collection. What would it be?
It would probably be. I'm a big Harry Potter fan.
Okay,
childhood memories.
Yeah, I love Harry Potter.
I've got. I'll just whip out one here. I've got the sort of ultimate editions.
Ooh.
For all 8 movies, and
that's interesting.
Pack full of stuff. There's like I mean, I can show you some of the stuff. There's art cards.
That is actually quite cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's a lot of content, and they all match up nicely on the shelves, which is for us collectors is always a nice.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. So I'd probably go with that. I'd probably go with that collection of Harry Potter movies.
Okay, and then my final question is: do you own? I don't know the answer to this one. I don't know the answer to this question, but do you own a Criterion Blu-ray?
Yeah, I'm actually going to double up with Walter and show you the Before trilogy.
Nice one.
Love Richard Linklater as well. Yeah, I would recommend. I'd recommend the Before trilogy.
Definitely.
Again, like everybody else is.
Yeah, I will watch it this month. I'm actually going to make it to do that now because I think pretty much every time I go live, and this is the 30th time I've gone live, someone says, "Watch the Before trilogy. Watch the Before trilogy." So
yeah, I just think they're great studies of time. They're more than just your romance movies. They're about living in the moment and stuff, and they're great.
That is, that's really interested me now. I definitely will make an effort to go watch them, or at least a few of them. I mean, there's 3, so I might watch the first one. We'll see how things go. We'll see. Cool, and is there any Criterions that are on your wish list that you want to pick up next?
I'm not sure if there's any on my wish list. There's definitely I want a Blu-ray of 2 my I think underrated Martin Scorsese films, which is Bringing Out the Dead and After Hours. I just want Blu-rays of that.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody, please. Really.
I feel like there would be quite a good match. After Hours would be a good match with Arrow, I think.
Yes, yeah.
Or even Bringing Out the Dead. And Premium, I was just going to mention Premium,
Yeah, the HMV Premiums, they did the Amistad Munich.
They did. Exactly. That would be nice.
Yeah, they're good films. They're good films.
Well, thank you so much for putting in your Skype username and having a little chat with me.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on. And,
no problem at all.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Doing great. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much, Dan. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that was Dan D. Hollyoake. He's, as I said, been very vocal on the stream before, so it was great to have a chat with Dan, learn about his favorite films, see stuff in his collection, and talk about some Criterion, which is always a nice treat for me. So let's have a look. Where do we get up to? Steve says he lives in the UK, but imports from the Rare Weaves USA and Canada tend to follow. Oh, I import them from Rare Weaves USA and Canada. I believe you mean Canada, tend to follow the US releases but pick UK stuff up as well. Okay, thank you for letting me know about that. Jake says, I meant to say my Skype name is Jake Blower. The pick is... Oh, I get it now, Jake. Okay. I might call you next, actually, when I've gotten through these comments. Blue Collector says, I still have not seen Spectre, but I have had it in my collection since it came out. I have no idea why not. I've seen all the previous days. You really should make an effort to go watch that film, Blu-ray Collector. I mean, you might as well finish what you've started since you've seen all the Craig Bonds. You might as well watch the next chapter in that story. Steve says, for 4K fans, we'll soon do a tour video. Got about 300. I get loads of US releases. Looking forward to that one, Steve. And hopefully, yeah, I just said that, Jake. We'll get you on in a minute. Steve says, look out for someone to watch over me. Legend and the Duelists from Ridley Scott. Ah, yes, that was what we were just talking about. Thanks, Steve. He also follows up by saying, After Hours is on sale as Spanish import on Amazon for £13. That would be nice, but I prefer a UK release. I mean, it's not a film that I'm going to be... I've seen it, but it's not something I'm jumping to buy. Like me and Dan said, we'd like it to be an Arrow or the Premium Collection. Something like that. And it could be. It's a possibility. So I don't want to jump the gun, buy this Spanish import, and then it hits one of these Blu-ray labels. Okay, so I think we'll have Jake, and then we will wrap up the stream, because we've been going now for about 1 hour and 40 minutes, and I usually wrap up around 8:30, something like that. Oh, Tom Grove just put a nice question. Favorite Lucio Fulci film? That's how you say his name, right? Lucio Fulci? Lucio Fulci. Probably Zombie. I think it's Zombie. Or did he do another one? I've seen a few, but some of them I don't like, unfortunately, but I like Zombie. In fact, Tom, you've got a signed copy of Zombie, don't you? That's so cool. Yeah, Lucio Fulci. I didn't like The Beyond. Oh, Don't Torture a Duckling. That's the one. I can't believe I forgot about that one. But yeah, seen 4 of his films. Beyond, I just didn't... No. Zombie was fun. New York Ripper, I just didn't connect with. I didn't care about. But Tom, you really love that film, actually. You gave it a really high score on Letterboxd. But Don't Torture a Duckling, that's my favourite Lucio Fulci film. Always love a bit of giallo in there, Tom. Thanks for bringing up a great giallo director. Okay, Jake, I will give you a call, and after that, I will wrap up the stream. So sorry if anyone wants for me to call them now. How do I search people? Okay. You've had your chance, people. A lot of people, actually, a few people, not a lot, but a few people do join when I'm wrapping up the stream. It's I see now. Jake, do we have any new comments? No, we don't. Okay. Right. Jake, I'll be calling you now. No more comments. Hello. Hello, Jake. I'll just... You've got your camera on? Hello. How are you? I'm good, thank you, Jake. So...
Hello, stream.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And we'll kick off with the question. So I think you actually did a video on this question. That is your favourite films of all time. So it's okay if you brief on this one.
Well, it's actually changed since yesterday.
Oh, that's interesting.
Doing that video, I watched a couple last night. I'd probably have to say my top 3. My first favourite of all time is The Dark Knight.
Okay, yeah. That film. I love that film. That's one of my favourites as well.
Yeah. My second favourite has to be Guy Ritchie's most recent film, which is The Gentleman.
Oh, really? Ah.
Yeah. And my third favourite has to be Logan.
I haven't seen Logan in a while, actually.
I just think the way that they've set out his character in such a gritty and raw way was just perfect. It was just a perfect sentence.
I think Logan's decent, but I haven't seen it in a while, unfortunately. No, but okay, so what is your most prized possession in your collection?
I actually have 3 to show you, if that's okay.
That's completely fine. Yeah.
My first one is one of my most prized possessions, which is my Joker.
Oh, we're getting a big trend with steelbooks on this stream.
I was lucky enough to pre-order it.
Yeah, that's nice.
My second most prized possession is my only Arrow title, which is the RoboCop limited edition.
Oh, that is a nice one. That is really good.
And then my most prized possession is my John Wick Deluxe edition box set.
I've never seen that. I've actually never seen that before. That looks so cool.
I managed to find it for £65 on Amazon, but it's now going upwards of almost 190.
What? Wow, that's a great find.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, okay, do you own any Criterion Blu-rays?
Well, as I said earlier, I recently purchased the Godzilla book.
Oh, yes. Yeah, can we have a look at that? Or did you just...
well, I haven't...
You haven't got it yet?
I literally just ordered it.
Oh. Yes. So you technically have got one, but it's on its way. That's great. Yeah. Are there any other Criterion Blu-rays that are on your radar that you want to pick up?
As Walter previously mentioned, I'd like to get the Scorsese shorts.
That's a good one. Yeah, I agree with that.
The Gentleman.
I don't think The Gentleman's on Criterion.
Oh no, is it not?
No, no. The Guy Ritchie's Gentleman.
I meant his Martin Scorsese's most recent film.
The Irishman.
From Netflix. The Irishman.
Yeah. No, that's all right.
That's what I meant.
They're both kind of gangster films, aren't they?
Yeah, and The Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that as well. In a video or a stream or something like that. But no, I don't have that in Night of the Living Dead. But all of those choices are really good. And as everyone has heard me mention, Jake has got his own channel. So if you want to check it out, just type up his name and maybe even subscribe.
Thank you.
No problem, Jake. Thank you for putting in your username. It's been great. And thank you for watching the stream. I really appreciate that.
That's all right. I'm really enjoying it.
I'm glad. Thank you. Right, I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye. Take care. Okay, thank you so much, Jake, for putting that in there. It's really good of you. We had a good chat. I just noticed we've gone down significantly in views. We had 20 people watching. Now I've got 10. Wow. I mean, it is getting quite late now. And I did start early. So this stream is a little longer than usual. Then we have somebody called Dad, which has been... Dad has been commenting and very kind comments on my video. So hello and thank you very much. Has anyone else got anything to say? Because like I said, I did say I'll be wrapping up pretty soon. And Film Geek 13 actually says, great stream, Lucas. Really good idea. Definitely wouldn't mind another one. I would, yeah, I'll probably be doing another one sometime. I was meant to be having a guest on tonight, but they fell through. Then I asked someone else, and then they fell through. So I thought, why not open it up to everyone just to talk about it? It's been great. It's been really good. I'm glad we got Dan in, who doesn't really have a YouTube channel. He's got a few short films on his channel, I believe. But we had some familiar faces from Moviebug, Walter as well, but he was on the stream. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It's just great to have a variety of people, viewers and YouTubers. Yeah. I don't know what I'll do next week. If I can get a guest on, I probably will. I did have an idea for something. Can't remember what that was now. We might just do more quizzing. Got the quiz book. Oh, now we're going up in comments when I'm going to be ending it in like 5-10 minutes. Film Flick says, thank you for having me on. I'd love to do a live stream. Definitely, Film Flick. We can sort that out. I'll just have to, because I've asked a few people and they've kind of said, I can't do this time. I will do next time. Kind of like that. So, yeah. We'll sort it out. We'll definitely sort it out. No problem, Jake. And yeah, we can sort out a collaboration if you want to. Marty's here. So, hello, I'm Marty. Says, are you planning on watching anything from... I can't pronounce that name, but is it the guy who did the Colours, the Three Colours trilogy? I'm just going to type that up, Marty, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. But I do believe did he do the Three Colours? Yeah, he did. And Decalogue as well. Well, of course, I just mentioned I would love to watch the Three Colours trilogy, probably pick up that Criterion set at some point. also try and find, is Decalogue, like, I expect that to be on Criterion. And what is Decalogue? Can anyone explain that to me? Is it, people have said that Steve McQueen's Small Axe is similar to that, as in it's an anthology of films. So if anyone knows, I mean, I feel like it would have a Criterion release. I'd like to watch it, but I haven't seen anything from this guy. But he's got very highly acclaimed films, so naturally he's on my radar. Alex says, the long streams are good for me. I've been busy doing preparation for tomorrow's stream. Wow, what? Oh, that's very great, Alex. A nice bit of a background for you. Steve Mack says, like the idea. Hope you like the Criterion video. Try to do something different with the covers. I will. I'll watch more of that for you, Steve. As you know, I do love the Criterion, so it's always nice to see what the people have got to say about it. Hector says, what are two movies that you realised are pretty much the same movie? Mine would be Hook and Christopher Robin. Same movie. That's a good question, Hector, but I might have to get back to you on that one. I might message you on Twitter like I did the other day when I came up with a better response to your question. And Film Geek 13, The Fabled Quiz Book. Also, his favourite Argento film. Mine would be Bird with Crystal Plumage. Bird with Crystal Plumage is really good, but I'd go with Suspiria. I want to get more into Argento's work. I've seen two of the films. Again, Bird with Crystal Plumage and Suspiria. And they were both great. Dan says, thanks for your time, Filmmaker. No problem. Have a good one. What's on the watch list tonight then? It would probably be, it's called like August 32nd on Earth. And it's, I believe, the first film Denis Villeneuve directed, some movie. And not that long, so I'll probably watch that. Oh, and Alex Pitt just said, what are you watching tonight? Dan, oh, it usually does ask me that as well. But yeah, good questions, guys. Blu-ray Collector says, great stream. Always happy when I can catch it. Thank you, Blu-ray Collector. It's been great. Marty says, Decalogue is a series of 10 films, each based on one of the 10 Commandments. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. I knew it was a series of 10 films. But yeah, I don't know if there's been a physical media release. And Steve Mack says Decalogue 10 TV shows that about Apartment Block is based in 10 Commandments. It's on Criterion. Watch my part 2 video and featuring. Oh, okay, that's great. I'll look at that. Rehan, yeah, film. Archie just said that the stream is ending. I'm sorry. I'm bringing the stream to a close, Rehan. I mean, there was a gap where we had a few people posting their usernames in, and I was having them on the stream, and you weren't saying anything. So I can't have you on, I'm afraid, Rehan. Maybe if I do it next time, I'll try and squeeze you in. But the stream is over. Well, not over yet, but I'm closing it down in a few minutes. So sorry about that, Rehan. If anyone's got any closing thoughts to say, please let me know. And remember, I'll be live tomorrow as well on Alex Pitt's channel. If you want to find his channel, search up his name on YouTube, or it might be easier to go on the live stream that me and him did last week. Go on that video and subscribe to him through the link in the description. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, and Hector just says Bumblebee was pretty much the live action Iron Giant. Still enjoy it though. I need to watch the Iron Giant. Really want to watch that. Meant to be a really great animated film. Oh, and Dad put well, the last 10 minutes were fun. I'll try and watch it tomorrow. No problem. Remember, I'm over on Alex Pitt's channel. I do these every week at 7 o'clock. I don't know where you're based. In the UK, I do it every week at 7 p.m. So, yeah. Jake says, hope you enjoy my content. I'm really enjoying it. Trying to be as consistent as possible. Yeah, it's going well, Jake. Maybe think about making thumbnails if you're quite conscious about, wanting more views and things, but the main thing you should be concerned about is making good videos, like you've said. So maybe try and add more editing to it, maybe add more visuals if you can do that. That is, I don't know if you use your phone to edit stuff. But if you've got an iPhone, iMovies does the job quite well. So yeah, Archie says I shall try my best to come to Alex's stream tomorrow, but I've got a lot on, so I'm sure how long I'll be able to stay. That's fine, Archie. You can watch the playback, so that's fine. Rian says, when is your Skype stream? I don't know when I'm going to do another one next, Rihan. Yeah, I don't know. And Jake says, I don't really know how to edit or make thumbnails. Well, I'll just quickly tell you before I wrap this up. You can use different apps. I use an app called, what's it called now? Fonto? Yeah, Fonto. That's a good app. And you've kind of got to know the dimensions of the thing. The dimension, like I just said, you can look it up on YouTube anyway if you really want to. If you really want to do that, but the way you add it to your videos is just go in YouTube Studio app. If you've got that app, I'd recommend getting it. Just go on one of your videos and edit, and it'll let you add a thumbnail. As simple as that. Hey, I hope you have a great week, mate. I hope you have a great week as well, Hector. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Archie says, are there any films you think should be a lower age rating? That's an interesting question to end on. Well, interesting question whenever you ask it, Archie. Probably Venom. I believe that was a 15 rated when it should have probably been a 12. And Alex as well, use Fonto as well. It's great for making... It is. Yeah, I've been using that for many years. It's really good. And Jake says, thank you, guys, no problem. So you guys, I will be finishing right now. So thank you all for watching. Thank you. It's been great. Something new on the channel. Look forward to more exciting uploads in the month of February. I've got some exciting things planned. And remember, I'll be live tomorrow on Alex's channel. So make sure to join us at 7:30 with Moviebug and Movie Worm joining us for a quiz. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you again in the next video. I appreciate all of you watching until the end. You're just incredible. I can't thank you enough. Thank you all for the support.